Running out of light. You guys got a pretty good idea of all the 2-year-olds now, so let's run through them. Adrenaline Rush is in to go tomorrow. I expect good things from him. Really can't wait to see this horse race tomorrow night. Argento had him to the vet, making a little shoeing change, had some vet work done to him. He'll likely race this coming week somewhere under the rainbow. I'm not sure yet, but he'll race this week. He also has a Stallion Series coming up. Have to check the dates on that. So Argento will be doing something this week. Beef and Cheddar's racing tomorrow. Again, like our Adrenaline Rush, can't wait to see him race. Braemar qualified great the other day. He'll likely race this coming week also. Better's Hope needed one more treatment of the EPM medication. He has flip-flops been added now. Now we've got to see what he can do. If it's just physical immaturity, we can deal with that. If it's something else, well, it's nothing major. We already had him looked at. So we will go from there. We're going to treat him for EPM, the second dose this week. Flip-flops go on tomorrow. Train him towards the end of the week, and then we'll get a good update from Kevin. Do you think he's better? This is a man that's sat behind him for the last 4 months, so he would be the one that knows. Blue Monk will be racing tomorrow. Again, just a great lineup. The next horse also, Brilliant Corners. I'll be completely honest. I entered Brilliant Corners. Harry entered Brilliant Corners in the Prospect Series. It wasn't going to fill, and Harry had enough smarts to quickly transition and say, okay, put him in the grassroots then. So he's in tomorrow. He's in with First Glance. Going to be in tough. But at the same time, he is in tomorrow. Just checking something here. Yep, I got him. So Brilliant Corners and Blue Monk both racing tomorrow. Broadway Roll will be racing this week under Kevin. Cambridge Star will be racing somewhere this week. Both those horses qualified. One last week, one this week. Cambridge Star looked like he got a little lost on the front end. And Broadway Roll did what she could 2 weeks ago. I think she could be much better. Just looking at her, her hair is kind of long and woody looking. I guarantee you Kevin will have her looking a lot better in short order. So it might have been a little something go through her. Broadway Roll and Cambridge Star will both be racing this week. Can't Muscle Me won't. She looks sounder and better. When I saw her 2 weeks ago, I think maybe a slow mile on Wednesday would be a good start for her. So I'll talk to Teresa and James. Teresa's in the top barn now with James. I'll talk to them and say, hey, maybe go slow mile and tell me what you think. Captain's Maid will race good this week. She raced well the other day. First thing I had to ask James was Captain Maid touching her knee. He said no. Maybe brushed it a couple of times, but not like she was. So good job on Felix and Harry getting her squared away with the shoeing, and James did a good job qualifying her. She'll race this week. Carry a Big Stick. Haven't brought him in yet. I'll bring him in this week. I want to give this guy lots of time out in the grass to grow up and fill out. So Carry a Big Stick will be coming in soon. Cut the Line might be going the other way soon. Qualifier was okay. Mario asked to qualifier once more. He thinks she'll go in 56 or 57 next week. If she does, Bob's your uncle. Whatever the hell that means. And if she doesn't, out to the field to let her grow up. I know her knees bother her and her feet bother her a little bit. So if she's not going to be a grassroots or a gold filly, and we know there's talent in there, we know she's physically immature, you don't have to be Columbo to figure out what needs to happen. So, Darling Please. I forgot my own horse. I forgot about Darling Please. Need to update the owner. Darling Please, I think she'll probably race this week, I guess. Didn't get in. I entered her last week. She didn't get in. I forgot all about her. So she needs to race. It's very soon. So we'll get Darling Please in to go this week. Desperado will race in the Buckeye very, very soon. We'll probably, I guess, see when the Buckeye goes. If it goes next Tuesday, we'll school him at, maybe even qualify him at Northfield. He was also eligible Monday. If they write the class again, I think we can probably get him in to go. If the timing isn't right, we'll probably just school him or whatnot. Eternity Road. Now, there's a tricky one. Eternity Road, the vet has asked me to give him time. She thinks she has now nailed down what she considers to be the very best approach to ensure this horse has a strong, vibrant racing career. Nothing short-term, nothing that's a quick fix, Band-Aid type situation. This should be something that should help him heal in a way that we can race him comfortably and consistently and confidently in the near future. Well, not the near future, in the future. She thinks that cryoing around that area will put supporting tissue there, scarring there, and we'll take some of the strain off the fibers that are causing him discomfort. I can give you a better rundown, but doesn't matter. I think the most important thing is that we now have a plan of attack, not a short term, but a full-on plan of attack to implement healing for Eternity Road. We could have patchworked him together this year and cobbled together a 2020 season, but that never ends well. And I want to do what's right for this horse. This horse got incredible speed, so let's treat him treat him like what he is, a very, very good horse. So, Eternity Road, you won't see him till later on in the year. First Glance is racing tomorrow. Happy to see him qualify well and train well. Really excited to see Mario drive him tomorrow. Fox Valley Britska. I'm even more excited to see him because I'm going to drive him on Wednesday here at Northfield Park. Furley Fringes is out in the field now. She's going to be out for a little while. Girls with Swirls will join her soon. We've made a decision. I left it up to our clientele. I still got to call one more person, but I mostly left it up to our clientele and said, listen, I don't have enough evidence to say we need to turn her out and bring her back. But I'm happy to because she does look like a decent kind of filly. But I need to be upfront with everybody, put all the cards on the table when it comes to Girls with Swirls. And I think the resounding sentiment from everybody that owns pieces of her, and I do have to talk to one person who owns a lot of her, was let's give her the time. So I think that's probably what we're going to do with Girls with Swirls. Gray is a new red. She's back. She's back jogging right now. Another 2 weeks, we'll start training her again. But Gray is a new red looked great. I jogged her the first day back. She looked awesome. Holy Chick is now swimming. She'll swim for 3 more weeks and start jogging. Italian Grit, the biggest surprise of the week was Italian Grit. Wow, he was awesome. Jogged in his qualifier, 2 minutes last half, 59 last quarter, and 29. Mariola simply did a great job with him. And Glariam, she's going to the vet real quick, and then we're going to put her in to go this coming week. James, she was going a mile and 59. She made a breakdown by the wire on James. He thought that she was hung up improperly for Mohawk. She's a funny filly. She wanders around a lot. And she was going to go a mile and 59. She still ended up going a mile and 2 minutes in a bit. But James thinks, well, trip to the vet, little shoeing change, and then straightforward with her. I'm a Lovely Lady was great. She saw all of Ohio on Friday night and raced really, really good. Fourth, trotted 57-4, out in every turn, 3 wide down the backstretch. She is one of the divisional horses to watch. A lot of good horses in this division. Make no mistake, she's one of the good ones. I'm Hill on Wheels will race this week. Jazzy Judy in the pool. Should be in the pool for the next 2 weeks. And then if we can find enough help here in Northfield, might bring her over here, keep her in the pool here, jog her, train her on the track here, aiming for September 23rd with Jazzy Judy. Keystone Raven's in the pool. She'll come back and start jogging after another couple of weeks at the pool. Let's Roll On qualified the other day. He's coming over here. Going to race him in the fairs, in the grassroots, the Buckeye. Lincoln Hanover is no longer with us. If you missed the opening, one of the biggest news reports from the stable is Lincoln Hanover has been sold. He's gone to Norway. So, good for us, good for Lincoln. He's going to have to learn how to speak Norwegian. But Lincoln Hanover, I think a good story to be had across the board. Miss Meringue raced great the other night. Really happy with her. Mama Knows Best raced fantastic. She's going to have a good year with her, I believe. Momo qualified here and won her qualifier. Looked good in 59. My Jazz. One of the biggest shocks of the night, Friday night for me, was My Jazz. She raced awesome. Left to the lead. Not known for her leaving. Left to the lead. Controlled it, let the favorite go, and if I could have filed her right coming out of the last turn, I'm certain I'm in the winner's circle. But she raced very, very good. No Free Lunch race good. We're going to make a little shoeing change with him. Going to keep a close eye on this guy. We had the flip-flops on for a reason. But if we're to get a little more speed out of him, let's see if that's the way to go. Northern Blizzard, he'll be going to the grassroots. I don't want to throw him in the Shark Tank right away. I love this colt. I think he's going to have a bright future. And I think the smartest thing to do is just take your time, put him in the grassroots. My biggest concern is I don't think James can go drive him. That's a Saturday night in Georgia next week. Unless the Stacys or somebody else James is in love with puts horses into going Georgia. And I doubt he's going to come down just for book off an entire night. I don't blame him. An entire night at Mohawk to drive Northern Blizzard. That's not going to happen. So I'm hoping that maybe Stacey's have something in, and they're not in with him. It's not looking good. But Northern Blizzard, I think the wisest place to race him is in the grassroots next week. Off-Road Hanover, raced decent last week. He's going to come out again next week and race. Perfect Record is getting closer. I'm going to ask James to maybe train him Wednesday in 2.5 and tell me what he thinks at Mohawk. Rito Sunshine, I put him up for sale tonight. He missed the prospect the other day. We didn't get him in the grassroots. I just think he's there. He's close. He's just green. He needs more time, and I think it makes much more sense for a smaller stable to take this horse and somebody buy him and race him in a smaller track and, have some fun with him than us trying to chase horses with him all year. Of all our colts, he's 6th or 7th right now in our barn. So there's nothing wrong with that. The horse qualified in 58 in the mud. It's just hard to find a spot to race him right now. So it might be maybe suit somebody better, somewhere closer to Grand River, Clinton, wherever. So that's a scoop on Rito Sunshine. Rose Run, why not? Back going. Our girl's back going. Another 2 weeks, she'll be ready to start training. She was in the pool for a month, so we did that to keep her fitness up. Got a complete green light from the veterinarian on both her and Grey's a New Red. Everything's falling into place for these two so far. Roy Hill, say what you want. I thought he could pace 54 in a bit. He paced 56 and 1 in the mud. Left to the front end. Never done that before. So smart. You know, I had to if the guy had to get in the 2-hole and I had to sat behind Brett, I think I'm third. He would have followed all day. I moved him in the last turn, and then he get in the deeper mud down the rail. That's my fault. If I had stayed out in the middle of the track and just funneled up in behind them, I think he's 5th. But he get down in the deeper stuff and just got tired out in the last 100 yards, and I got picked off for 5th. But he raced very, very good. I was happy with Roy Hill. You know, is he a gold colt? No, maybe not. He's going to be a handy, nice horse to race all year, and I can't wait to... I'm not going to be able to race him in the Buckeye. Ronnie Wren's going to get to race him in the Buckeye. So good for Ronnie Wren. Roy Hill was very good yesterday. Set the Mood will come back in with Carrie Big Stick. They'll come back in very soon. So Admirable qualified last quarter in 27 and 1 the other day. James said she was good. So we'll probably put her in to go this week, I guess. Source Blue Chip finished 6th tonight. Little rocky, little bumpy, looked a little off. Kevin thought his left knee was bothering him. We're going to have him to the vet on Wednesday morning, and then we'll know where we're going with him. He was fine walking off the trailer, he thought, but in the race, little bumpy, you could see it. But little trip to the veterinarian. This isn't his first trip to the vet. He's been bumpy since the day we put a harness on his back. We'll have him to the vet, see what she thinks on Wednesday. Stacy Hanover, still not quite there, and I know Steve's sitting out there wondering what's up with Stacy. I'm just not going to rush her. She's bred too well. She's too nice a filly. If she's telling me she's not ready, it's because she's not ready. And that is certainly no big deal at all. You know, we put a blister on her knees and her knees blew up huge. Pretty obvious. The vet said her knees were open and bugging her a little bit. A little bit might be an understatement. There's no lines, there's no lameness. She's just not mature yet. She keeps growing. Every time I saw her, she's putting on weight and growing up big. She's going to be a big girl. And I'm glad that Steve actually owns the filly, mostly with me, because we get to do what's right for her. There's a lot of pressure on us to get these horses ready. I put a lot of pressure on myself also, but always stepping back and doing what's right for the horse is best for everybody, and especially when it comes to a well-bred, good-looking filly like Stacy Hanover. I'm not concerned. We'll still put a few miles into her, and if by the end of next week we don't see her look a lot better, she doesn't start to turn that corner, that's a different conversation. Give her a couple months in the field and bring her back. But I'm certainly not worried about Stacy Hanover, and I hope Steve isn't either, because she's a good, very, very good-looking trotter, and certainly a horse that's well-bred. So Stacy Hanover is in idle right now, putting in work. Sunshine of May didn't get in the Prospect Series the other day, so she's going to have to be entered somewhere this weekend. I'm not sure where. Surreal Love, close to probably putting up for sale. He's a New York bred colt here in Ontario. He's going to do somebody some good in New York. It's just, I'm not sending him to New York to race in the Excelsior B. So I think that Surreal Love, nice horse, just hasn't turned out to be as fast as we hoped. And I said it all winter, the only thing that'll hold him back is God-given talent. And if he's only going to pace 58, 59, he'll do somebody some good somewhere. It's just not us. Sweet Ambitions raced good the other day. Second, only went in 2-4, but she learned a lot. She finished second. I was really happy with her. Tanzanite Tricks qualified great, went to the vet, had some vet work done. She'll be racing this week. That's my girl. I'd love to say she's racing, but I don't know where the hell we put her in to go. Hopefully we could get her race somewhere, but I guess that will depend on the entry box, won't it? I'd love to race her in Georgian, maybe even Georgian or Mohawk, but we'll see. We'll see this week how she does. The Fat Cobra, much like Surreal Love, nice colt, well-bred. Different from Surreal Love in that regard, but similar in the fact that probably going to be put up for sale in the next week. And for my partners on the Fat Cobra, I think you guys know why. We've given him every chance, and you know, just expecting him to do what he can't isn't fair to him or us, you, me, or the horse. So I think the Fat Cobra probably needs time. That time would be spent well in someone else's barn. Tipsy and Dixie will race a week from Monday in the Grassroots. Can't say I've been anything but happy with her. Shredded her last quarter in 28 flat the other day, so she's ready to go now. Walk on the Moon's racing in the Golds on Thursday, and he's ready to go. Warwi was up racing tomorrow in the Grassroots. Can't wait to see my boy Was. He looks very, very good, but drew a tough division and a tough post, so we'll see how that works out. Warwi Welcome will be in next Sunday, hopefully at Georgian in the Golds. Very, very happy how she's turned out. A little flat the other night, I thought. I didn't want to say it out loud. Maybe deep down inside, I thought she was a little flat. We drew her blood, and her white count was almost 12. So she was a little bit sick. She raced the other day. Never stopped eating, just her white count was high. Mario started running fluids through her, started on antibiotics. Should be fine by next Sunday. Well and Down. Don't want to talk about it. Well and Down will race in the first Buckeye, I believe. Going to give her a little easy start. A lot went into what went on the weekend. She was a little bit sick, as it turned out. A little bit of a temperature. We ran some fluids through her. Temperature stayed a little bit high. Then we were given some worse news from the track. It could have turned out worse. So, Well and Down will race her next start in the Buckeye, I believe, on the 13th. And then Won My Heart Hanover. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed. Yeah, I was a little disappointed. But you know what? We're going to get her mentally polished up, and then we'll give her some time to grow up physically. I like this filly. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little deflated with the way that she said her start to her 2-year-old season. But still a nice filly. We'll see how the rest of the season goes for her. So that's it. That's everything. You got it all now. It is just before 10 o'clock on Sunday night. I'm going to load all these videos. Tell Kelly they're all ready to be sent out tomorrow morning. Hopefully you guys had a great weekend. I guarantee you had a hot weekend. It was stinking hot here in Ohio. 99 degrees all day at Allen's Place. It's 87 right now at 10 o'clock at night. That's what? 20-something. It's hot. Anyway, I hope you guys had a great week, a great weekend. Pretty good start. Would have been great if we had won at least one stake race, but everybody was knocking on the door for the most part. Roy, the mud sucked also, but Roy raced as good as he could. 56 in the mud, last quarter 28 apiece. Anybody that took anything except for something good away from that is not being fair to Roy Hill. We'll put him in the Buckeye his first start, and he'll be a very fun horse to race all season long. So that's it for me. As I said, I hope you guys had a great weekend. Week 1 in Ohio, isolation, in Ohio, is over, and we will continue on. Next week, I get to go to the Meadows for a day, and then we got a lot of racing throughout the week. Globe trotting next week. Take care, you guys.